And we continue now with the Great American Panel. All right, Governor Rick Perry of Texas making a lot of news this week, and some of his comments. Here he talks about secession. Let's roll it.
I believe the federal government has become oppressive. I believe it's become oppressive in its size, its intrusion into the lives of its citizens, and its interference with the affairs of our state. Texans need to ask themselves a question. Do they side with those in Washington who are pursuing this unprecedented expansion of power? Or do they believe in individual rights and responsibilities laid down in our foundational documents?
Jonah, there's not much I disagree with in terms of government is arrogant. It's hey, let me finish. You relax. Take a deep breath. I think their size, their intrusion into our life, unfunded mandates they want to control with all the money they're sending to the states. Do you think there comes a point where a state may say, we've had it, goodbye?
I'm sure there is, but we're not seeing. We're not
they did it in 1861.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about right now.
Look, I agree with almost everything I heard Perry say, but at the same time, and I understand that Texas has a unique history as a one sovereign state and all the rest. I don't like the secession talk. I think it's a stunt because he's not a popular governor. He's got a primary contest coming up. And look, I mean, he is not the leader of some two-bit Balkan breakaway republic. He's the governor of Texas, and I think it's a bad road to go down. It's a publicity stunt, and I don't like it.
I'm not sure if I see it as a publicity stunt.
I think that what you saw is the reason to vote for Kay Bailey Hutchinson in the Republican primary, the senator, the wonderful senator. Rick Perry, a man that I have previously liked. I liked his book on the Boy Scouts. I've interviewed him many times. I think he puts himself squarely in the lunatic fringe. I absolutely, to say that a state can secede from the Union.
That's not what he said.
We fought the Civil War over that. It has connotations about slavery. It is,
take a deep breath.
There is a line that you cannot cross, and Rick Perry, you crossed it right into the lunatic fringe. Totally bogus.
Wait a minute.
And you should be ashamed of yourself.
Geraldo, it's not what he said. He didn't say that there.
He suggested the 10th Amendment of the United States Constitution as a basis for states' rights over the
that's
federal...
not what he was saying. Let me educate you here. He said he suggested.
Tell me the word secession was not mentioned.
He suggested that Texas, at some point, if this continues, may start this talk. But Geraldo, you're missing.
It.
But he didn't say
American
Texas is going to succeed.
I know you. I love you.
He didn't say that.
This is a nut job statement. Texas is going to succeed. That's like crazy. It's not like New York City is going to secede from New York State.
Oh, you're right.
He wants Texas to be a republic. What is this?
Michael, help him out here.
1835.
You are out of your mind.
It's ridiculous.
I'm buying you decaf from now on.
Kay Bailey Hutchinson. Thank God they have a reasonable
I'm supporting Perry. Go.
Used to be my arch enemy, but we're friends now. But, you know, I think there's something deeper here, and that is, you know, this government wants to be in control. It's very mob-like, Sean, and not because, you know, I'm not trying to I'm serious. You know, Machiavelli was the champion of the mob, and because he believed in a philosophy, the end justifies the means, so on and so forth. But he was a politician. You know, he advised the prince how to maintain control of his state. And everything that I see, this government wants to intrude and interfere and be in our lives. And believe me, for many, many years, I had them all over me. And for good reason. At that time, I was a criminal. I deserved it. But the last thing
Really? I was going to say.
No, I'm being
I know
honest.
your dad.
No,
and in your case, you were the real deal, an organized criminal, and you did some shameful things. And the government needed to intrude in your life to protect our lives.
I deserved it. No question about it. But you don't want them intruding in your everything.
Let me tell you, I want them intruding into Geraldo's life. And if there's going to be a radical list, I think you're going to be at the top of the left. You, Jeremiah.
I have a lot of friends in Texas, and I'm telling you, this guy has stepped over the line.
You are misinterpreting it. Don't you agree he's misinterpreting it?
Governor Perry, if you're not for Texas as an independent republic, write us back.
He didn't say it, Jonah. That's the problem.
Some things you can't say.
He showed a little leg, and that was the problem. And he showed a little leg on the secession thing, and it got played up. Matt Drudge, you know, I like a lot. You know, he played it up big, and it became a big thing.
But it wasn't so much that secession that Drudge was talking about. He was talking more about the antipathy towards government and how antagonistic.
And I share that stuff, and I don't think it has any connotations of slavery.
This is the kind of rhetoric that makes conservatives look crazy.
Oh, you think everything a conservative says is
crazy? I absolutely do not. Kay Bailey Hutchinson is a conservative Republican, reasonable person. She would never utter any words like that.
All right, well, we'll get into this next time.
I would love to. I would love to debate Rick Perry on it. I challenge you.
Right here on the show. Done. We'll make it.
And those Latin people who demographically are going to be a majority in Texas pretty soon, you think they're going to want to dig that language? No way.
I don't think you've taken it so far out of context that I can't even correct it. Time now to check in with Greta Van Susteren to see what